My stepson had joined the Marines in 1998. He was, after boot camp, trained to be an Arab linguist. This is all pre-2001. And then the course of history unfolded, and in August of 2002, he was on a ship being deployed at that time for Kosovo, but he told us that he was on his way to Iraq. And that was when the drumbeats for war were really getting deafening in the United States. And we noticed that all of those who were saying we've got to go to war weren't going anywhere, nor were their loved ones. It was our loved ones who were going to be used as cannon fodder in an invasion that we felt was absolutely unjustifiable. We made a poster with our son's picture on it that said, "Our son is a Marine, don't send him to war for oil." And we met a father whose son was in the Army and about to be deployed for Kuwait. And in a phone conversation in November of 2002, we decided to form an organization. We felt that as military families, we had both a special need to speak out and a special voice with which to speak. And we called the organization Military Families Speak Out because we wanted to be very clear that we were breaking a code of silence. And in the military, there is a code of silence that extends to military families. We're not supposed to speak out about these kinds of things, and we felt that in this situation, the most patriotic thing that we could do was speak out to try to prevent a U.S. invasion of Iraq.
Talk about the courage that it took to speak out, especially at a time when the country was largely united. There was at least 80 or 85% of the American people that supported the invasion of Iraq, largely because of the lies of the weapons of mass destruction, the threat to U.S. national security, the liaison between Al-Qaeda and Iraq. And yet, somehow, as a parent, two parents, and the love of your son Joe, you chose to speak out. Talk with us about that.
I don't think it was a lot of courage. I think it was feeling that this country was on such a wrong path. I think Charlie described it once like this, that you know, if you see your child being driven off by a drunk driver, as a parent, you're going to do anything that you can to stop that vehicle, even put yourself in its path. And what we saw was that this president was drunk with power and driving our loved ones off. And what were we going to do? Stand by the side of the road and salute? No, we're going to do everything that we can to stop that motion, to stop that vehicle that was not only putting our loved ones in peril, but was going to put the Iraqi people, children, women, men, in terrible, terrible peril. And so I don't really see it was so much courage as what parents do.
What gets you out of the bed in the morning and Charlie, to continue this work? Your son Joe has returned, he's enrolled in college, you must be thrilled with that, but yet you have somehow transcended his return and continue to serve as facilitators. Tell us about that.
Well, I don't think I need to tell you about the fact that the military and the military community is a family. And that's built up, I know, you as a soldier experience that, but we as family members experience that from our perspective. And every one of our friends and in the organization, so many of our members have loved ones who are in Iraq for third, fourth, fifth deployments. Those who are lucky enough to have loved ones come home are dealing with a whole nother chapter of this war, which is the post-traumatic stress disorder and the psychological injury from what these service members have seen, what they've done, what they've been exposed to. And they're all our family. And I think There's also a relationship in the family that we have, and thinking about family members in Iraq, the Iraqi families who are being so destroyed by the U.S. military occupation. And it is our responsibility, it's all of our responsibility in this country to end the military occupation, to bring all of the troops home, to take care of them when they get here, and to make sure that the people of Iraq have what they need to rebuild their infrastructure. And so until that is set right, then we'll be part of a growing movement to make that happen.